Hi guys, I'm 15 minutes late. I have been adjusting, so much stuff going on. Okay, and I've got my I gotta fix something real quick. It'll haunt me to the end of my days. Hold on 1 second. I have to flip the camera. Oh no, it was fine the way it was. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, it's weird because like when you adjust your hair, it's like the wrong way from what I'm used to seeing. Hi. Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear me? Can you let me know, comment, and let me know where you're watching from and if you can hear me because I'll put my AirPods on and I just set up the settings and I'm not entirely sure if everything is working the way it's supposed to work. Looking good. Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me? And Holly Edgerton, are you watching me live? Girl, just ignore Facebook Messenger if you're clicking on everything that I'm sending you. I'll explain it in a second. Okay, so that Facebook user, I don't know who. Holly, she needs to dial into the live so I can explain to her what's going on. Holly, stop clicking things. Okay, let me know where it says looking good, lady. I don't know where you're from. I don't know. I just know you're on Facebook. It just says Facebook user. So I think you have to give like rights to Restream in order for me to see who you are. So yeah, do that if you can. And then also let me check. Oh my gosh, Instagram. Yeah, I got Instagram on over there. I'm so excited. Okay. I don't know if the number of viewers is right because usually I have a lot more people on by this time. But hey, lovely lady. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tell me, Delaware. I see Delaware. I just don't know who any of you are. You have to give me access to see your names in Facebook in order to, at least in Facebook. I don't know about all the other platforms. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to get started here. So I have a new streaming service. That's why there was a hiccup today. I'm just trying to get everything figured out. And can you hear me? I'm seeing hey ladies. Okay, Sarah Robinson, I see your name. Yay! Amanda Starr, I see your name. Yay! Yeah. So let's see. That's all I see so far. It's just Sarah Robinson, who won the thank you, ma'am, and Amanda Starr. So that's what I see. Okay, I have more people on now. Hi, hello. Okay, so oh wow, it's jumping up now. Okay, maybe people are watching on Insta. I can't tell. I don't know. Okay, okay, all right. So if you haven't given me access to see your name, please do. Also, I don't have people telling me they can't hear me, so I'm thinking you can hear me. Maybe, hopefully, I think so. I've got my AirPods on, so I don't know if you guys can or not. All right, so I'm just gonna have a little sip of coffee real quick before we get started because I've bbeen running around with it like a chicken with my head cut off. Okay, you can't. And does it sound okay? Because the last one I did with StreamYard, it just didn't sound good. So, okay, cool. And then, can you see what my mug says? It's awesome. Bookmarks are for quitters. Love it. Okay, let's get started, shall we? So, oh my gosh, you guys, it's been crazy. So first of all, yay, I sound great, good. So first of all, I'm all mixed up on which way my hair goes. Okay, moving on. First of all, I have been preparing for FFB, Fictions, Fans, and Ball Gowns, and that is 2 weeks from last Friday. There's the authors panel. So FanGrrrl Romance Rex is guest hosting. And hey, Stephanie, Joy Hudson. I'm gonna say hi as you guys say hi, and I see your names, so you know I can see your names. The yup, you sound good. I don't know who you are. It doesn't say your name. Okay, so essentially, we're guest hosting Fictions, Fans, and Ball Gowns, and it has been crazy cakes getting ready for that. Just all the things you just wouldn't even. I mean, I'm not even the sponsor. I'm just doing live interviews with authors and things, and it's just crazy. So that is 2 weeks from last Friday is the authors panel I'll be broadcasting from in Manchester, England. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be interviewing authors like the Twisted Sisters. I get to interview the Twisted Sisters. It's crazy. Gemma Weir, Gian Wright, I'm excited to interview her. Hannah Haze, who this live is for, I'm interviewing her. So super excited. I've got to get my ducks in the row though. I feel like I'm out of whack. We're also getting a website going, merchandise going. If you're new and you're watching me on like YouTube or Instagram right now, FanGrrrl Romance Rex is a book lover group on Facebook, but it has Sandy, I'm seeing your message to Amy popping up on my phone right now. And Holly, if you're listening, disregard all the messages on Facebook Messenger. Okay. Anyways, it is a book recommendation group for book lovers on Facebook. And we have two groups, one that's urban fantasy, romantasy, and paranormal romance. And we have one that's for edgy contemporary romance. That is always confused as being dark romance. It is not. It is rockstar, mafia. It can be dark romance, but it's all kinds of romance, but they're humans only. Okay. So those are our two Facebook groups. One is quite large and the other one is growing fast. It's newer. And Holly, okay. Holly, I just see Facebook user. I was using your Facebook Messenger to get me the information I needed for this live. I'm like, your chat was up and it was so funny last night. I was talking to Amy Reynolds and about numbers of chats, and I have 58 active chats going on right now on Facebook Messenger with authors, giveaways, newsletter stuff, merchandise stuff. We're building a website. Like, it is insane. I was showing screenshots to some of my friends of all the chats, and they were like, what? Crazy. Okay, anyways, FanGrrrl Romance Rex book recommendation group, but we're so much more than that now. We're growing to be all kinds of things like guest hosting book signings and going there and going live from there and all that jazz. So it's really, really exciting stuff, and just lots is going on. Okay, so this video here, I know we're starting late. It is what it is. I'll make it work. I am a talker. Oh no, they won't let you add your name. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, well, hopefully we'll figure it out. Is 3 big giveaways. Okay, so we have, we have the giveaway from our featured author, Hannah Haze. And I need to bring up, just because I don't have everything in front of me and I wish I did, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm running behind. Anyways, and tell you what each author is giving away, because I don't entirely remember off the top of my head. I post about it everywhere, but that's one thing. Okay, so Hannah Haze is oh, she's so sweet. Looking at my messenger. What girl, what did you tell me you were giving me away? It's on the graphic, if anyone has seen the graphic. Well, I know she's giving away Pack Rivals, and she's giving away Fractured Fates signed paperbacks. I just don't remember how many she's doing. I don't know if she's doing 5 and 5. I think she's doing 5 and 5. 5 signed paper. You know what? It's in my group. It's posted to my group. It's also posted on YouTube on TikTok and Instagram, because I post everywhere these days. Okay. It's on the graphic here. Oh my gosh, that's me. I see me on Facebook. This is crazy. Oh my God. That's so weird. I can't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Moving on. There we go. Yes. 5 signed paperbacks. I knew it. And 5 ebooks. Sorry. I'm sorry, Hannah. I couldn't remember. The number of giveaways going on right now is crazy. This is why, if you're not a part of FanGrrrl Romance Rex, you should join the group, because there are amazing giveaways. So 5 signed paperbacks total of either Fractured Fates or Pack Rivals, which I'll talk about in a second. Okay. So that is the big featured author giveaway that I'm talking about on the chat. Then after that, oh yay! Thank you for saying I look beautiful. That's nice. Who are you? It just says Facebook user, and I have that as amazing. How exciting! I don't have anyone's names. So what's happening is I'm streaming to 3 Facebook groups, a Facebook page, YouTube, and Instagram. And because of that, it just tells me, like, I know you're from Facebook or you're from Instagram, but I don't know like where from Facebook. And then I don't know your name. It just says Facebook user. So you have to give yourself access. You know, it didn't work. Whoever says, oh, it didn't work. Yeah, I don't know who you are. And I want to know who you are. I love getting to know you guys. Okay, so excuse me, I just ate breakfast. I'm like, got the burps. Okay, so she's giving 5 signed paperbacks away. I reached out to her to be a featured author because I am in love with Fractured Fates, which I'll talk about in a second. And I also really like Pack Rivals. So, and then we have the 11-100 author portion. We have 5 authors in the group that are each giving away an ebook, and there's 11 winners. And we pick those winners, all the winners we pick kind of from all over the place. One place that we pick is from the comments on this video. So start commenting, start talking about what you love about Hannah Haze, Fractured Fates, what you love about Pack Rivals. We look at all of these comments, and it doesn't have to be just during the live. You can come after the fact. We pin it in the announcements, and you can comment after the fact, and we look at those because we won't pick the winners probably for a little bit of time. It takes a lot of time to get everything together, and then we announce it in the newsletter. And the newsletter's free. If you haven't signed up, go ahead and do that because we don't spam you. We don't share your email with anybody. It's just to get the newsletter out. And then it's got some really cool stuff in it. And you can also just win by subscribing. I picked 4 winners from the 11-100 giveaway just randomly from who's subscribed. So one of the winners last night that I gave for February's 11-100 giveaway, she messaged me last night. She said, oh, I won. I got picked randomly. And I was like, yes, you did. And I said, go buy a lotto ticket. It's your lucky day. So yes, we have 11-100, and I'll talk about that when we get there. Then we have the thank you ma'am giveaway. And that's one group member that is a standout that we say thank you to, and all that jazz. And then I talk about the author who is doing the giveaway for that, which, oh my God, I just realized I didn't cement it. But I know it's Jen Gray. Jen, you're on the hook now for sure. She sent me a message. She goes, I'll do it. But I didn't actually get back to her and say, well, what are you giving away? So one of Jennifer Gray's amazing books is the giveaway for the thank you, ma'am. You guys, I cannot do it all. It's crazy. I actually have about 5-6 people volunteering right now, like almost full time with me on all this stuff. It's insane. It's exciting, but it's a lot. It is a lot. Okay, so okay, you're still in shock. I don't have time to spam. I don't. And if you don't know me, I didn't even introduce myself for people who don't know me. I'm Rebecca. I'm the founder of FanGrrrl Romance Rex. I am. This is actually, when you attend these lives, you get little nuggets that no one's heard. I have not officially said it, but I am incorporated as FanGrrrl Romance Rex. It's crazy. It's insane. So the good news is that the groups aren't changing. They're the same way they've always been. And that's really important to me. So the groups, they're real recommendations, genuine. I'm not selling space. I'm not doing any of that kind of stuff. It's the groups are a hobby. All the mods volunteer. I volunteer. All of that is the same. But the FanGrrrl Romance Rex piece of it is the book signing side, because of doing things like guest hosting at FFB and stuff. That's the books, that's that side. And also the merchandise side, that's probably that too. Although we wanted to do merchandise anyways, because people, oh, merchandise. Oh my gosh, Hannah Haze, girl, I'm just going to get to you when I get to you, and then we'll start talking. And trust me, we'll talk a lot. Someone's probably going to have to do a post in the dark group to say we're running late. Okay, I got in a jean jacket. This is our merch. You guys ready? You want to see the logo? I'm so excited. Okay, it's actually big, and I have to return it and get a different size, but it seems like they run larger. But I'm so excited. Hey, Tabitha. Okay, you guys ready? That is our logo on our jean jacket. The logo is actually more neon than this because, okay, sorry, I'm trying to figure out which direction I'm going here. But because it's a jean jacket, denim, it's, I guess, the way it printed. Okay, left, right, Rebecca, I can't do it. Oh, which way am I doing this? This is so funny, like it's opposite. Isn't that cool? So we also have, what am I doing here, guys? Okay. Oh, that's why I'm messing up. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Yes, there we go. I'm like looking at myself on Instagram to see how did I do it. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. There's a delay. Look at me. Going back and forth. Okay. All right. So that's our logo on a jean jacket. But we have t-shirts, mugs, keychains, all that. Dawn Davis has been designing everything. We've got really cool slogans. I see your name now. We have really cool slogans like "Don't mind me, I'm just fangirling," and then the big logo on the back of the shirt. So, you know, we got really cool stuff like that. Dawn, we came up with the slogans, a team of us did, and then Dawn's been designing it. And she has a Facebook page, Didalian Designs. And she's amazing. And she doesn't have very many followers right now. I think she has like 10 followers. So you guys go follow her over there if you're interested in seeing design work. She's super talented, and she everything she does for the group is for free. So far, it has not cost me a dime. All the stuff that all these people are doing for me to help me. So that's just amazing. Anyways, okay, all right. I'm gonna switch over to what the purpose is of this meeting. This live. I'm gonna switch over to the purpose of this live, and then I'll do a bunch of group announcements at the end, and then I have to switch over to the other live for the dark group. So okay, starting now. Only 30 minutes after I was supposed to. Okay, coffee time. Coffee time. Yeah, we're in a meeting. This is a meeting, Holly. It's like corporate. Just joking. Oh, my dogs are whining behind me. They don't like to not be with me. Typical dogs, but cute. Okay. The featured author for the month of March is oh, you already know. I already told you. Haze. I'm so used to doing that for old videos. Anyone new watching this, like, what is up with this woman? She is crazy. So you got to follow me just for the crazy. So Hannah Haze is doing they're sweet, the dogs. Is the feature author for the there's only coffee in it. I actually am on a dry spell. I'm really proud of myself. The last time I drank anything was December, so I have not had any alcohol in 2024 yet. I'm so proud of myself. That's going to change at FFB. I just know it. But I'm doing really good. I'm trying. Okay. Anyways, so Hannah Haze is amazing. She wrote Fractured Fates. Now, if you like a book by someone called Isla Devon, and it's The Blackened Blade, if you like that book, you will love, I think, Fractured Fates. So they're actually really similar a lot, the two, and I'm not trying to compare them because they really are their own works, but I always like to say, oh, Holly, look at you. Thank you. Thank you for the glass of wine. I always like to say, you know, if you like this, then you might like that kind of thing. I think it kind of helps us kind of guide us or whatever. Excuse me. And Fractured Fates is it's a wide choose, and it takes place. It's almost like here's how to like explain it. This is assuming you've read Black and Blade, without giving any spoilers. So so on the blurb for Black and Blade, it talks about how the FMC goes back in time 10 years. And she's already been through an academy and bullied, and then she goes back in time, and then now she's going through it again, but now she's like 10 years older. Fractured Fates would be like, what was her first experience through the academy? That's kind of how I think of it. Like what's her first experience going through the academy, and she gets kind of bullied. So it is bully romance. There are 4 MMCs. They're great. Actually, there could be 5. They're great. And there's a pig in it. There's a pig in it. I love it. Like the little side characters. It's a pig. But it's great. The FMC has gusto. It starts off not at the academy, and then it ends up going to the academy kind of thing. And there's like professor student trope. Like, what is that called? The professor student trope that's going on in it. Yeah, it's just really, I actually loved it so much that when book 2 came out, I downloaded it immediately, and I read all of book 2 immediately. That's rare for me. Because I'm reading, like I have, you know, I always have 20 books I'm reading at one time. I'm one of those people. So for me to drop something that I'm reading to go pick up one that's just been released, and then to read the whole thing without popping off to something else, is rare for me. So that's how much I liked it. I liked it so much I reached out to Hannah Hayes and I said, will you please be the featured author and do a giveaway in the group? Because I love Fractured Fates. I actually don't know why Fractured Fates isn't getting all the buzz that Black and Blade is, in my opinion. I think it's just as strong of a book. In some ways, maybe even stronger. Hannah has, she's written a lot of books, so she has that experience. Yeah, I definitely would highly recommend. Although I'm gonna be reaching out to Isla Devon to do one in the group too. So if she ever sees it, she might be like, "Well, thanks, Rebecca." Oops, you're on lives and you just never know what you're gonna say. So yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, Holly, Sandy's messaging me now. Are you on the live? And which platform are you streaming on? All of them, I think, right? I'm on all of them, right? Somebody tell me I'm on all of them. It hasn't like kicked out, right? I'm looking. It should be there. I see it on the dark group right now. That video quality is fantastic. I've been really struggling with video quality. If you look at the video from last month on live stream, it's not so good, but this looks awesome. So yeah, Facebook user, I don't know who you are. Yeah, and there's also so Fracture Fates 2, going back to that, it's enemies to lovers. So you definitely get, it's one of those scenarios where like okay, let me give you a little synopsis. I need to do that anyway. It's a little blurb. So it's basically the FMC is she's an unregistered in a world of magic. So in this world of magic, you are supposed to be registered in the magic world. They know who you are, and you go to an academy and you learn your skill, right? And she has grown up with her aunt. And no, I can't see your name, Sandy. I can't see your name. Sorry, I get messages all the time. I actually muted several chats, but I get messages. Sorry, you guys are like, squirrel, what is she doing? So she is an unregistered, and she's grown up with her aunt, and they're on the run from the magic world. And there's a man in black who has been hunting her for a while, looking for her because she's an unregistered and she's supposed to be registered. And so that's the very beginning of the book. And obviously, not spoiling it, obviously she gets swept into this magic world and the academy, not knowing much about it. And it's a very bad thing to be unregistered in this world. Very, very bad. So when these guys in the academy, that there's one guy that's like athletic, and there's one guy that's kind of like he's the gorgeous guy at the academy. It doesn't feel YA at all, by the way. It's not YA at all. It's steamy. The hot shot guy that all the girls are like all about. He, when they start, not giving you spoilers, but when they start liking this girl, they don't want to like her because she's an unregistered. But there's a lot of mystery there as to like, well, what her deal is, and if she's really, really magical, is she really powerful? And like I said, she has this best friend that's a pig that she is like, I'm only going to go to this academy if you let me bring my pig. I was like, I love this girl. Yes, I get it. I've got little dogs, not a pig. But if I had a little cute pig, I'd want to bring them too. So yeah, it's just like I said, it's really, and I do feel kind of bad about like comparing the two of them. Like I do, like circling back to that. It's just, I read them at the same time. I read them like within a week of one another. And the Black and Blade is like huge on the bestseller list. If you go look, it's like over 6,000 ratings in a very short time. She's a brand new author. This is her first book. Isla Devon, that is. And she's got all 5 stars. Okay. It reminds me of what happened with Broken Bonds, when Broken Bonds hit the bestseller list. Same kind of thing. Enemies to lovers, why choose, right? And so the Black and Blade is just, it's got this kind of phenomenon happening. And, and so I'd read it, like I said, around the same time. And there were a lot of people that were posting, oh, I'm in this book slump from the Black and Blade. What should I read? And I'm on there saying, Fractured Fates, Fractured Fates, Fractured Fates, read Fractured Fates. It's so good. And it is. And I also could say too, like book 2, and Twisted Fates, I think is just as strong as book 1. And I think that's hard to find. A lot. That's hard to find because a lot of times, in my opinion, this is all my opinion. A lot of times, what we love in book one might get resolved, and then we get to book two, and whatever that was isn't there anymore. I think it's very hard to, as an author, not that book twos aren't enjoyable. Surely they are, and there's a lot of series that like. Um, that I love books that are later in the series, like Afterlife, for example. I love the ones later on when she goes into the Hell realm and stuff. And oh no, that's Hell Beast. No, that's Transfusion. I love the ones that she goes to the Hell realm, or like in Afterlife. Circling back to that, the ones where we meet all the the MCs. There are definitely, or like the Fever series, right? The Fever series has some great later books, and like. Kate Daniels, Mercy Thompson, all those, right? But there are also a lot of series that I read that the second book just isn't as strong for whatever reason. And these are probably like shorter series, right? And I definitely think Twisted Fates is just as strong as Fractured Fates, in my opinion. Just my opinion. We all have them. Book 3 is out in April. Yay! Awesome. I didn't know that. That's so cool. That's another one I'm going to be picking up. And actually, I'll probably, because I liked it so much, I'll probably reread. And I don't do that often either. The most recent book that I did a reread on was Psycho Shifters. Love that series. Jasmine Mass, big fan. So I'll probably do a reread for that. So, if anyone's watching from YouTube, Instagram, I need to get people on here to be commenting to say this. Like if you go to Facebook, that's probably where a lot of these comments are. I don't know if you're on YouTube or Instagram, if you can actually see all the different comments that are happening. Like I can see them from all the platforms in one place. So anyways, so that's pretty much Fractured Fates. Now, Hannah Haze also has Pack Rivals, and it's entirely different. You would think it's an entirely different author. It's I'm all out of whack here. Like I'm not centered. There you go. You would think that it reminds me a lot of Raven Kennedy with Cupidity and Played a Prisoner. Entirely different series, right? Like you wouldn't even know the same author wrote Cupidity as Played a Prisoner. And that's how it is with Hannah Haze with this. Oh, hey, Holly. Yay. Hi. Someone says they love Pack Rivals, but I don't know who you are, Facebook user. It just says that. And Tabitha, you're writing your name in parentheses. That helps. I wonder why it's not allowing people do their names. First downside to this new streaming service. I love it, though. I love the streaming service. I think they're great. Pack Rivals is an Omegaverse. And it is, now I didn't used to like Omegaverses because of some of the typical traits. So if you don't know what Omegaverse is, let me tell you what let me bring you on to what Omegaverses are. So Omegaverses are humans. They don't shift. A lot of people get confused because there's alpha, betas, omegas, and they think they're going to shift. Like, how Mercy Thompson's written books about omegas and they shift, right? You might have to read after your No One, Vince. Oh, No One. Yay. No One's at FFB too. And Hannah Haze is at FFB, Fiction Fans and Ball Gowns. Okay. So the Omegaverses they don't shift. There is usually there's like a fated mates scenario with Omegaverses, and there's a scent. So like there's a pack of guys, usually always that are alphas that want to be with an omega. How do I say this live? Because I'm on public places too. Oh well, I'm just gonna do it. The omegas are best suited for alphas in the bedroom. Yes, I'm looking to see, is there any comments? Usually people would be laughing by now or making fun of me. So I don't know what's going on with the comments. So yeah, so there we get some laughing, Holly Edgerton. Yeah. Yes. Okay, Tabitha, you understand what I mean. So yeah, there's, some connection things that happen because alphas have knots and omegas work with them. They use steamier language than that, but they say things that we hear in steamy books. Can't say it on the live. So anyways, so that's that. And so there's usually like a sit situation. There's a lot of omega verses out there where the omega is rejected. And that's pretty cool. It's like a rejected mates omega verse. There's a lot of them out there like that. But yeah, that's typically, they tend to be, omega verses tend to be extremely steamy and more lighter, fluffier, not like super dark. You don't really usually run into one where the omega has a really bad background, although I have read a few of those and I actually do like them a lot. They're probably my preference. But yeah, so, but I didn't used to be a huge fan because of all the mechanics of it all. Mainly the how do I say so what's three in omega? How do I say the her I'm just trying to think of a word that rhymes with what I'm trying to say, but everything sounds terrible. Everything that I'm thinking of. Basically, though, there is a gushing time before it all works. I can't say. Anyways, it's very you need a shower after kind of thing. Oh my God. So that in itself is one of the reasons why I haven't been a huge Omegaverse fan, just because instead of it being hot, I've been kind of grossed out by it. But there are some you gotta hallmark it. I know there are some Omegaverses that there's more and more that I'm reading now, because I try everything. I'll try every book, every kind of book once to see if I like. There you go. Thank you. I haven't done the emoji. I'm like, I can't say it on a live. You know what I mean. Yeah. So anyways, so that kind of grossed me out. I'm kind of past that now, but and also like just the insta love thing. I'm not always a fan of that, but again, there has been some Omega verses, and actually Pack Rivals was probably one of the first ones that I read that I was like, okay, this is cool. Psycho Shifters is actually an Omega verse, very light Omega verse, and I love Psycho Shifters. So, but Pack Rivals is a really cool concept because it's about it in its name. There's two hotshot packs, and there is a FMC who is an Omega, but she doesn't know she's an Omega. She thinks she's a Beta. And that was kind of a cool part of it at the very beginning of it, where she thinks she's a beta. She doesn't realize that she's an Omega. And she has her big coming out moment when all the packs are around. And there's the two hot shot packs that they're rivals in the city, and they're both very wealthy, and they both own the city, different parts of the city, and they're always like facing off at one another. And, you know, they happen to be around when she has her moment kind of thing. And they all want her, you know, and then it's a rivalry throughout the book of who gets to have her. And it's great. It's really good. I actually really love the end of the book, which I won't tell you what it is, because it was one of those like strong FMC moments. Loved it. I thought it was great. So if you don't like Omega verses, I would definitely try this one, because it's not a heavy Omega verse. And I just loved it. I just think you should try it anyways. It's great. Ooh, okay. Between Pack Rivals and Fractured Fates. Oh, so Pat, if you're in the mood for more of a cinnamon roll, feeling guys that will love you and take care of you and fight over you, and then just the banter between rivalry, then I would go with Pack Rivals right now. If you're in the mood for enemies to lovers, angst, where you kind of get mad and a little bit of bullying and like a queen bee at the school that's a major biatch, I don't know if I could say that, but I just did, then I would go with Fractured Fates. So they're entirely, like I said, they're entirely different from one another. You wouldn't even know the same author wrote them. So, okay. All right. So that is, wow, we have 10 minutes left. I'm going to just have to go over. Someone's just going to have to post in the next group. I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this video going because I'm streaming everywhere. I'm streaming in the dark group. So I'll keep this video going. And when we switch over to the other one, I'm going to switch the background of the video. And we'll just say that when people start to pop on, if you guys don't mind anyone who's staying on, just say she hasn't started it yet. She's going to start it when she gets done with this, and she still has the last piece will be the thank you, ma'am. And then I'll probably just switch over to the dark, and then I'll do announcements at the end. And you guys, I know this is a long video. So, you know, it'll be posted in the announcements. It's also going to be posted to YouTube. You can always come back and watch parts of it. And I'll try to post minute markers. So like featured author starts at this time, 11100 starts at this time, thank you, ma'am, this time for this group. And then it's easy for you to come back to. I'll try to do that. We'll see. In my copious amounts of time right now, I'll try. Okay. So yeah, so Hannah Haze, thank you very much. I get to meet her at FFB. We're going to do a StreamYard with her. I'm going to, I can't say StreamYard anymore because I'm not using StreamYard. I'm using Restream, or Restream. I don't know how you say that. So, I can't call it StreamYard anymore. I guess I just need to call it a live with an author. So, but I'm going to do, like, remember how I used to do the lives? If you've been in the group for a while, you'll know. Excuse me, I had like scrambled eggs earlier and like toast and home fries, and it's getting me. I know, I'm so excited about FFB. I got so much stuff to talk to you guys about too, so I'm just going to keep going. So Hannah Haze, we're going to do the live with her sometime between FFB and the end of March. And I'll get on here. It'll be through this streaming service. It'll be landscape though, and instead of vertical. And then it's going to be her, me, and then maybe a mod in the group that loves her books, and then maybe someone from her team, or it might just be the three of us. And then we're going to do a big Q&A interview. I'm going to drop questions in the group, anything you want to ask her, and we'll do that. So that's this month with her. So I'm really excited. And then FFB, of course, I'm going to be interviewing her at FFB. I have a booth. We have a booth, FanGrrrl Romancer X, and it's going to have a banner behind us, and we're booth number 1. And when people walk into the venue, we're the first they see. And at the top of every hour, I'm going to be interviewing different authors. It's so cool. It's so cool. And I've got Sandy is my cameraman. She's going to be holding the camera for me. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not nervous to be on camera. I'm fine. I'm fine, doing this on camera. It's the full body thing I'm a little bit uncomfortable with, but it is what it is. It's been a tough year, 2023 for me, so I'm not as fit as I would like to be, but it is what it is. Okay. Yay! I'm so excited too, Holly. Okay. All right. So moving on to the 11100 authors. Oh my goodness, we are so late. And I knew when I scheduled this, I knew that I would probably go over, and I would be late. I knew it. And I still scheduled it 3 and 4 because it's hard for me to do these lives at different times of the month. It's easier for me to do back to back, and they really should only be an hour long. So that's what I should do. Okay, so moving on, the 11100. Holly Edgerton. What I was sending you on Messenger was the key for StreamYard for Insta, because I needed to copy paste it, but they weren't links for you to go anywhere. I'm seeing her message now. She's like, these links don't work. Nope, it's the streaming key. They don't go anywhere. Okay, sorry. It just makes me laugh. It's so funny. Okay. You know what? I might break my dry spell after this. I might open up a bottle of wine. I've been doing this big dry spell, and I have a bottle of red wine through the whole thing. It's downstairs. It's like, oh, maybe I'll get that. Okay. And again, I know this is going forever. This will be posted to the announcements for the rest of the month. You can come back to it. I didn't consider that it would also be posted to the dark group announcements. Both of them are posted to both groups. Oh, well, that's just how we're going to roll. That is how we're going to roll. Usually I do separate lives. Yep, I sent you random stuff. Yep, sure did. Sorry. Okay, all right. So the 11100, woo woo. We are now doing the fantasy group. I've got 2 of these to go through. So thank you, Holly Edgerton. I had all the 11100 authors who, by the way, jumped on this quick. I think I messaged them on Friday, and then they all 5 of them got back to me really fast and was like, yes, I'll do it. I'll do the giveaway. And that's pretty cool. So the 1100, if you don't know, and for those of you do, I apologize. It's something I have to do every time because I always have new people watching. Is initially it was 11 winners out of the top 100 active members initially. Kat says wine tonight. I think I'm doing it. And then I think I'm going to try to be healthy up until I leave for FFB. And then once I get to FFB, all bets are off. They're off. Last FFB, by the way, FFB is Fiction Fans and Ball Gowns, and it's in Manchester, England, and it's a book signing sponsored by Hudson Indie Ink. And we went last year, a bunch of the mods and I, and it was so much fun. And I think that's only the beginning for us. We're going to be doing a lot of these, I think, if all the stars align. Hopefully. But we went out on the night after FFB. Holly Patiano and I went out to 4 a.m. We left the clubs at 4 a.m. and I'm like, I'm not 25 anymore, y'all. I mean, I know I look 25. I'm not 25. And I was like, oh my gosh, how are we out in the clubs till 4 a.m.? This is crazy. It was fun though. We had a good time. I was dead on my feet the next morning. It's been a long time since I did something like that. So anyways, okay. Yep. Fruity and healthy. I like it. I'll do that. Boo healthy, boo. Okay. All right. So I knew it. The wine bottle I have is Josh. It's just a regular red wine, table wine, Josh. I don't know if it's Pinot Noir or Cab, but my next door neighbor gave it to me when she was watching my holiday light show. And it's been sitting there and I've been thinking about it. So I might just say, I'm doing it. Because I mean, shoot, I haven't had any alcohol since December. That's pretty damn good for someone who likes wine every night. I mean, if you go to our Facebook page, there's a picture of me holding a glass of wine. You know, I'm a wine person. Hey, Becca, can you see me now? No, I just see Facebook user. So that's the only downside. So what I can do is I can message the Restream people. They're actually really good on customer service and tell them that there is an issue with people getting their names across. You have to tell me exactly what you're experiencing on your end. Okay. So the 1100 is 11 winners picked from the top 100 members that are active. However, we don't do it that way anymore. It's still 11 winners, but we pick winners from whoever comments on here about Hannah Haze, Fractured Fates, Pack Rivals, drop comments, or even if you like you haven't read those, but you really want to win them, you could just comment about how much you love the group. And that I always love a comment where someone's like, oh, the group is amazing. So you could do that. Anything, we'll look at all the comments from this video. Then also, right before I'm ready to pick the winners, I usually do, and it's not me that just picks them, by the way. It's a group of people who picks them. A lot of time, lately, Holly Edgerton's been a part of picking them. Oh, I don't know if I should have said that out loud. Sorry if you want to be anonymous, Holly. But she's been helping me a lot because it's hard, man, to get through all that stuff. So butter up to Holly if you want to get picked for this one. Anyways, so but now we do it from based off of this. We do it based off of the posts that I do in the announcements. I put it in there and I say, hey guys, what do you all love about Fractured Fates and Pack Rivals? So you have some time to read it before that post happens. It will probably be, oh yeah, the TBR killing. Yep. We're the killer of the TBRs. It is great. It's a great group for recommendations. So anyways, I'll post that in the announcements and I'll look through the comments for, we'll look for, comments then too. And also, like I said, after fact works for this too. So yeah, see, people are already commenting. Yep, just comment it up and tell us what you love about it because we do go through all of the comments. And then we go through the comments on this post. That's the first thing we do. The next thing we do is we look through the posts that I pin in the announcements and we look through the comments there. And then we start narrowing down people. Then we look at the top 10 most active members. And we also look at the top 100 members and we kind of cross-reference those with the comments on the live and the comments on the post. And then we look at Instagram and TikTok. And if you created content on Instagram or TikTok, you are going to have a one-up on everyone because nobody is creating content on Instagram or TikTok. So right now, anyone who's created it has won something. Every single person who's done it has won something. So, what I'm looking for specifically, which would be awesome, is if something that talks about that you love Hannah Haze, and then also go join FanGrrrl Romance Rex. A plug for us for the group, that it's an amazing group. those things are golden. That will definitely put you up there for getting a book, maybe a signed book. At the minimum, though, everyone on the socials who've been posting has been getting ebooks. So definitely that is a place, because we're just trying to get the word out about the groups, and Instagram and TikTok are great for that. You know, Bookstagram and Bookstagram, yes, and Book Talk. Hello, my brain. So do that over there. And then the other way that you can win, it's activity in the group. It's who comments on the live, who comments on the post, and who does socials, who subscribes to the newsletter. That's the other way. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And that's it. Yeah, and then the newsletter subscribers get to hear the winners first, by the way. I wait about a week after the newsletter goes out before I post it in the group. So you get to know first that you got a signed paperback by Raymond Kennedy or whatever, you know, like what just happened on Saturday morning. Okay, so now for the 11100 winners, after we pick all of the featured author winners, then we pick the 11100 winners, and we decide, like, if someone was close for winning the featured author book, then they end up winning the 11100. That's how we do that. And then, I randomly select on the newsletter subscribers winners there, 4 winners that way. And I also usually randomly select from the top 100 active members too. So lots of ways. You have lots of opportunities. If you spend a lot of time in the group and join these lives, you have a good chance. So, okay. All right. So who do we have for the 1100? Oh my gosh, it's 4 o'clock. All right. So let me just say, for anyone joining at 4 o'clock, we are running behind. This live is for the FanGrrl Romance Rex, Urban Fantasy, Romantasy, and Paranormal Romance. You can see it at the top here with the banner. You see how it's the purple fuchsia romance. Hi, Shyla. We're running behind. So this is for the original group of 45,000 members. The dark group one is happening after this. And I would say I'll probably get to it in about 20 minutes. So go take a snooze break or whatever if you don't want to listen to this one. Coffee break, play your Wordle or Sudoku or just watch, I don't know, and come back. Also, we'll pin this to the announcements, and you can just like fast forward if you don't want to watch live. A lot of people actually like to watch the lives as they go on. I don't know why. I never know why. People tell me, oh, I love watching your lives for 2 hours. I don't know why, but thank you. That's very nice. Okay, so we're still on the original live. We still have 1100 to do for the main group, and we have the thank you, ma'am. So if anyone can, like, if anyone's asking questions, just could you guys tell them that, because I can't keep repeating that. I wish there was like a comment that I could pin. That would be awesome. Okay. All right, so our 5 books from the 1100 authors. So I have little blurbs they sent, and Holly Edgerton took that and put it all together, and it is amazing. So the first author that's donating a book for the 1100 is Georgina Stancer, and she is donating Aquarius Blessed. And this is, and I haven't read any of these, so it's totally cold. It's a cold reading. So we'll see what happens. It's usually funny when I do that, because I usually mess something up, or I don't know. It's just always funny. So, and people like it. So there you go. Okay, Aquarius Blessed. It's a reverse harem, why choose urban fantasy romance. Part of the Dawn of the Zodiac series, but can also be read standalone. After living a sheltered life from the moment she was born, Arya must learn to navigate the world to save the universe and everything in it. While searching for the relics that will help close the rifts caused by the abuse of magic, she must avoid capture by the evil council of supernaturals and find her fated mates. Yay! You had me at white shoes. I know, I love it, right? Don't you? You have me at, actually, you had me at white shoes. White shoes. Have you guys seen that post where I said the wrong thing, and it was the biggest joke, because it was like I was trying to figure out what white shoes was and where they could read it, because I did a typo. I did it the other day too. where I was talking to the mods and I was like, no, it's a white shoes. No, white shoes. And they're like, oh God, Rebecca, you're doing it again. Anyway, so that is Georgina Stancer, Aquarius Blessed, and she is donating for the 1100. This is the OG group. And then the next one is Chandel Lavon. I got comments on Instagram. I'm so excited. I don't think the Instagram comments are, oh yeah, so okay. Hey, Gummy Bear, you won. You know that, right? A previous month. I'm so excited that I can see the comments now on Insta. I didn't look over to my left, but people are commenting over there. And someone actually said the term that I was trying not to say with the Omegaverse. That's so funny. Okay, all right, cool, awesome. Okay, so the next one is G-Key. Yes, G-Key. That's funny. GK De Rosa. GK De Rosa. I have no idea if that's how you say it, but it's fun to do that. So I'm doing it. Of Dragons and Desire. And it's an MF. And okay, here we go. So it is what just vibrated. That was Kel, my husband. Okay, you're gonna hear my dogs bark in a second because my husband is getting home. So sorry. Fair warning. We're gonna bark. Okay. GK De Rosa of Dragons and Desire. It's an MF. And the blurb is: a lost princess, two dragon princes fighting for her heart. A love that will either destroy their kingdom or save them all. Can we go back to dragon princes for a second? That sounds good. This swoon-worthy standalone fantasy romance is a part of the Forgotten Kingdoms shared world with fated mates and a guaranteed happily ever after. Yeah, boy. That sounds good. Okay. All right. The next one is LA Madison. LA. Oh my gosh. See, this is why it's funny when I do it without reading it. It's it's probably L, my guess. ELLE. Like Legally Blonde. L Woods. Madison and Robin D. Mahal. This is of Elves and Embers. And it's an MF. And Holly, what do you mean I forgot? I haven't got to everybody yet. Oh, I see. I'm running order. You're right. I did. Okay, I'll back up. Thank you. I just got a message that I forgot one of the authors. I didn't forget one of the authors. Well, I scrolled past it, but I'll go back up. Okay, so this one is okay, MF. It's of Elves and Embers by L. Madison and Robin D. Mahal. Of Elves and Embers is an elven take on Hades and Persephone. I said that right? Persephone. Complete with celestial vibes, a Cerberus animal sidekick. Cerberus. How do you say that? I know Cerberus. 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 We don't know what it is, but me saying it something different. Animal sidekick and a sexy shadow daddy. Hello, is Holly Patiano in the house? Shadow daddy. She loves those. The standalone fantasy romance is a part of a shared world of fallen kingdoms and fated mates that can be read in any order. Well, that is awesome. Sometimes I like to read the books that are back to back, that's all the same people over a series or a saga. And sometimes it's nice just to be able to pick and not read them all and just pick different ones and bounce around. So that's great. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Shadow Daddy. Yeah, fated mates. I'm going to go back to the one that I missed. Chandel Lavon. I didn't miss. I just scrolled past. We would have figured it out when we got to the end. Holly, thank you for telling me, though. Although you can hear the dogs now. Yeah, they're going to go. Yeah, they're going to bark. That is what they're going to do. Okay, Chandel Lavon of Blood and Nightmares, MF. Of Blood and Nightmares is a second chance enemies to lovers vampire romance where a cold, snarling, gorgeous nightmare sorry, I just got a weird message on Instagram telling me they're suspending my automated behavior on my account. Oh, maybe I'm just going too long for the live, potentially. I've been going, no, maybe not. It's been 54 minutes. So I've just got kicked off of Instagram. It says, we suspect automated behavior on your account. To prevent your account from being temporarily restricted or permanently disabled, ensure that no other users or tools have access to your account and that you're following the terms of use. Also consider changing your password to a stronger one to prevent unauthorized access to your account by third parties. I have an extremely strong password. So that must just be, I don't know what that is. I'll have to talk to them and figure it out. That's weird. Okay, sorry guys to get completely disrupted. I just saw that alert on my left and was like, what? Okay, so let me start over with Channel Levon. I'm sorry, Channel Levon. Blame Instagram. That's what I do. I'm joking. Okay, A Blood and Nightmares is a second chance, enemies to lovers, vampire romance where a cold, snarling, gorgeous nightmare of a prince intends to unalive his ex rather than give her a chance to repair the damage she did to his heart and their kingdom. This standalone fantasy romance is a part of a shared world of reincarnated heiresses and fated mates that can be read in any order. I swear to goodness, I just read that entire thing because I said in any order. We did a big blurb about it, and I just did it again for a second time. Is that true? Well, then you got it twice. So there you go. That's my apologies to Shandell. Pretty sure I did that one. Okay, and then I did Elle Madison, and then the last one is Donna Augustine. So we have Georgina Stancer, Aquarius Blessed, Chandel Levon of Blood and Nightmares. I think we heard her twice. If not, I'm going crazy. GK, I did it again, De Rosa of Dragons and Desire. I do not know why. That is the funnest name to say, De Rosa. And Elle Madison and Robin D. Mahal of Elves and Embers. And then that leaves Donna Augustine. Like St. Augustine. That is so cool. Okay, you guys, just FYI, we're running late on the dark group. Almost a black group. What was that about? The dark group. We're running late on that. Okay, Donna Augustine. Living in the Shadow of Death. MF. When 90% of the world's population dies in the span of seconds, ooh, she's got me hooked already. I like the post-apocalyptic stuff, or dystopian, or just apocalyptic. Those are cool. When 90% of the world's population dies in the span of seconds, Piper's life is thrown into chaos. Yeah, because the rest of the world has died. Finding food and medicine for her younger brother is a daily struggle. Desperate, she turns to a man with a mysterious background. Duncan is far from a hero, but when the world is falling apart, sometimes a monster is what you need. That sounds really good. I'm gonna have to give this one a shot for sure. I want you to try them all. These are great, you guys. All right, so those are our 5 books in the ebook bundle for the 1100 for the fantasy romance group. So that is the urban fantasy, paranormance, and romantasy group. Okay, so those are 5. Thank you so much to our 5 11100 authors: Georgina Stancer, Chandel Levon, JK, I keep doing it, JK De Rosa, and Elle Madison and Robin D. Mal. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. My apologies. Donna Augustine. Okay, there you go. All right, so moving on. So the next thing is the thank you, ma'am, and I'm going to have to poor Jen Gray. She's so good. She's done a thank you, ma'am before. She messaged me and asked if she could do one again. I said yes. And what can I say about Jen Gray? Jen Gray has a lot of books out there. I'm looking at them right now. If you go to the bestseller list, she has a whole bunch. And like her, let me go off of, because I don't have anything to say about her books. I don't even know which ones she's thanks guys. I don't even know which ones she's giving away, but I know she is. And she's amazing. And when we do the thank you, ma'am, in the newsletter, it'll say what she's doing. And then also in the post, they'll say what she's doing. But just to call out a couple, if you've ever looked up Jen Gray, I'm looking at her, what is her most popular book? And it looks like it is, I'm on Amazon right now. You know, sometimes Amazon is funny when you search for someone. It does kind of weird things. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Poor Jen Gray. It's showing me other authors. You guys ever have that happen where you look up someone's name and then it's like all these other authors are showing? You know what I mean? Like you'll search for the name at the top and then other people show up. Okay, so her Destined Mate Twisted Fate trilogy has over 4,000 ratings on Amazon, almost 5 stars. That's a big series. That's big, 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 big to do. Then her second book is got about 2.5K ratings. She's got one that's called Destined Mate. Oh no, that's the one I just talked about. Oh, it's repeated. Yeah, it's the same one I just talked about. 4,000 ratings. She's got a lot of books. You know, her ratings are like over 1,000 typically. 2,000. A Dragon Mate is 4,000, 4.5. Her Shadow Mate is 4.6. Please tell me I didn't already say that one. I don't think I did. But anyways, you get the point. Jen L. Gray is she's got great stuff and she's really loved. And so she is going to be the one that's going to donate a book box for Thank You Ma'am. So we'll just look for a standout member that the mods want to thank. The Thank You Ma'am stands for Mods Appreciated Member. Okay, 4:15. Actually, I didn't do too bad. 4:15. I started 15 minutes late in the first one. I didn't do too bad. I do have a bunch of announcements to talk about. So what I would recommend if you don't want to stay on for this next portion, for the next part of our episode, I would recommend to find it in the announcements and fast forward to the end to hear all the cool stuff that's happening. So I'm going to talk about that at the end. So I'm going to kick into the After Dark group right now. I'm going to switch out the background to the video, and we're going to talk about that featured author, those 11,100 authors. This will be more streamlined, though, since I did so much talking, I think, in the first hour. And so I'll talk more on the agenda. Featured author, 11,100 authors, Thank You Ma'am author. And then I'll do group announcements. Big stuff. And like I said, if it's UK time and you're, I'm actually broadcasting here. You can stay watching it here. You can hop over if you want to. It's probably not a bad idea if you want to hop over from the dark group and start commenting there, because that'll get the buzz for it over in the dark group, and the more people would see it and join. Since we're talking about the dark, that's great if you guys want to hop off there. This is still going to keep going, though. I'm broadcasting in several places. So just hop off here, go over to the dark group, go to the dark side, go to the after party, join me over there. I'll stick to the agenda, and then I'll do the group announcements, okay? And then I'll post this. This will be posted in all the groups announcements for the rest of the month. So you can watch it in any group in the featured section, okay? Awesome. So I am switching over the group cover, and then we're going to start going on the dark side. All right, so give me 1 second. Let me figure out how to do that. Oh, okay, here we go. This graphic for B page. Oh, so good. All right, give me 1 second. Let me switch. Oh, I'm dark. I'm going dark. I'm actually going to pull me out of the studio and let you guys see it. So it's not the right size. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that because I'm portrait. It's the landscape, but it's really cool. So let me pull myself out of the studio real quick and you can see it. I can't talk. We're just going to pause for 5 seconds and we'll be back. Okay. Cool, right? I don't know if you guys heard me. I just said, hey, baby, to my husband. He was just walking behind me. Okay, all right. So we are now over to the dark side. So I'll probably do it this way every time. And then, like I said, I'll just keep reminding people things are going to run over. They're going to run late. You know, hop on when you can, say hi when you can, whatever platform you can. We look at the comments after. I guess that's the only thing that's going to be hard right now is picking winners based off the comments. So I guess we'll probably have to look at the timestamps, like starting right now, you know, an hour in the video. I wish I could like end it and start it over really easily, but I can't. It doesn't work that way. Well, I can kind of. Hold on, let me think about this real quick. If I end it right now and come back on, it'll save. Nope, we're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it. It's gonna be more work for the people who are looking for the winners. So, okay. All right. So, hi, welcome to the live for the, I start getting giddy, I think, after a certain period of time of talking. This is for the After Dark group. That dark, the term dark does not mean gothic. It does not mean dark romance. It means, oh, I got comments. Hi, make sure to give access to your name so I can see who you are. It means steamy. Okay, so this is human only steamy romance. And I put edgy contemporary romance because it's not your typical Danielle Steele, Nora Roberts, vanilla romance novel. It's not. It's like it's the kind of edgy contemporary romance that people in the fantasy group would like because it's got kind of like an it factor, an edge factor to it, right? So that's the kind of books in here. Rockstar, Mafia, could be dark romance, could be brown chi hen brown cow. What? Tabitha? It could be Dark Stalker. It could be oh, Gummy Bear. Hey, smut book reader. Yes, could be Dark Stalker. Could be motorcycle. I think I already said that. Could be billionaire. You know, hockey. Could be sports romance. But anything that's like that's edgy and got some spice to it, that falls in this group umbrella. Okay, so the book that oh, hey Lapona, hey, we're on the dark side now, and you can tell too from this up here, right? Because you can see that it's our logo. That's the pink, like the bubblegum kind of pink color. That's the After Dark logo, whereas the fuchsia is the fantasy logo. Okay, so that helps. Okay, hold on, let me get some light in here. I use all natural light. Oh, sorry, get really close. Hello. I can't, my eyes are so bad I can't even see myself when I get that close. Okay, so the featured author for this month. So let me just talk real quick about the After Dark group. So the After Dark group was formed, I think, in like September, August, and it was because there was a need for edgy contemporary romance recommendations from the big group. A lot of people would do recs in that group for, you know, like the one I did last night in this group, the Puck Secret, stuff like that, you know, by Gian Wright. And we would call it a palette cleanser in the main group, because the main group is any books with supernatural. I say main group, it's not main anymore. It's the OG group, like the original group. But, you know, anything with supernatural elements, paranormal elements, and fantasy, or scenario, supernatural or paranormal or fantasy, and romance. Okay, that's the 45K group, the big group. Yay, you started Puck Secret. I love Puck Secret. Oh my goodness. She's our featured author for next month, by the way. And so I'll talk about her in the next live and Puck Secret. And I'm also interviewing her at FFB. So I'm really excited. Gian Wright. And B. Page, who is the featured author this month, who we're doing on this video. I actually met her at FFB last year. And that's why I picked up one of her books, as I was trying to read some books before going to FFB. And it was in Liverpool last year, England. And I met her at the signing. So, and she was great. I reached out to her like in September asking her if she would do this, and she said yes. So that's where I was going with all this, is like there was a need to create this group for people who were recommending books that didn't fall under the group umbrella of the big group. And it's okay for them to recommend those over there. But it just started becoming like obvious that there was really a need for this group. And I read a lot of these kinds of books. I toggle back and forth a lot. Once upon a time, I used to only read UF. Seriously, just UF, not paranormal romance, not romance fantasy. My background is in UF years and years ago. And then I broke into romance fantasy and paranormal romance probably about the same time. I can't really remember. I think the first paranormal romance I read was probably like maybe Sookie Stackhouse. And then that's all I read for a long time. Lots of vampires, werewolves, shifters, magic, all that jazz. But there does come a time, I think, where if you're reading lots of those kinds of books, that it's nice to read something different like edgy contemporary romance. And that's what when I formed this group, it was like, we need a place to talk about those kinds of books, but we need to make sure that it's not just your typical regular romance novel, you know, just, I was gonna say something, but I can't say that, but just not your typical vanilla, you know, Daniel Steele's, Nicholas Sparks. You know, this is more for some spice, although some of those can have it, right? But anyway, so that's where this came from. And because it's a newer group, it's a lot smaller. I think we have like about 5,000 members, which is a really good size for how young it is. I'm not doing anything to build this group. Like, I have not, I'm a big mood reader too, Gummy Bear. Yes. People are saying they just started Puck Secret. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm a major mood reader. Yeah. So, but yeah, so I normally, like with the OG group, I worked really hard in growing it. The dark group is just kind of doing it on its own. It's just catching on, and we get a good number of member requests a day. It's growing at a pretty good pace, which is awesome. Especially when I start focusing on growing it more, that it's going to just. I think it'll be a big group. I don't know if it'll be 45,000 members, but I think one day it'll be a big group. So anyways, because of that, it's still taking off. I'm still trying to, I have hardly any guides in it compared to the other group. I'm trying to, thanks, Maggie. I'm trying to get on authors' radars. Like, a lot of authors don't realize about the 11-100 or the thank you, ma'am, or the featured author. A lot of that stuff they don't know about. The newsletter is helping, but anyways, we're trying. So they don't know about it as much. So I'm doing a lot of work when it comes to like the actual giveaway part. Whereas in the big group, the 45K, I do one post. I've got 75 authors that have signed up to do something. In the dark group, I do one post, I get 3, so it's just a little bit more work. Anyways, so what's happened is I was supposed to have featured authors every month from the time that we opened, and then did giveaways every month. You guys probably saw videos of me talking about K.A. Knight, several months ago, B. Page several months ago, Kathleen Allison several months ago, Gemma Weir several months ago. And I just, things are really busy and I couldn't stay on top of all of it. And so everything just kind of got pushed out. And so now I'm trying to get back on track with doing everything every month, and then, it'll just be business as usual. But part of the thing, I'm rambling, I need to get back to the point of the live. I told you I was going to stick to the agenda. Here I'm talking. Part of the thing is it's so much work through the newsletters, and that's a huge part of this. Thank goodness Tabitha Salinas, she is going to be helping with the newsletters every month, and I need it. I need it. So like, we have someone that has to get all the data together. That's Tabitha. And then we have mods and different people giving inputs for the newsletter. And then Holly Patierno takes it all and puts it into Canva as a first draft. And then Amy Reynolds and Sandy Powell go look through it and get it all massaged up. And then they send it over to me. And then I do a final run through, make sure it makes sense, add on extra pages. Like this last one, I just add on the merchandise page. And then we update all the email addresses that are for subscribers and then send it out. So it's a lot to work on the newsletter. So anyways, so we just got delayed because there's just a lot of things. It's almost like I bit off quite a bit. I was going to do that saying, but I don't want to say that saying because like, I'm happy with what I did and it's going to be great. It just takes a lot of work. So, okay. So the featured author, I have to look at the timestamp here, is B. Page. And B. Page is a sweetheart because, again, I met her last year. She's gorgeous too, by the way. She's tall and she's graceful and she's beautiful. And it was so nice to meet her last year. And her book, she's got a whole dance series that she's very famous for. Lots of books that are dance themed romances, but this one that I read and that I ended up in preparation for FFB, and then I really loved it, and it really fits this group really well. The dance ones may as well too. I just haven't read them. I need to try them because when I went to go see her at her booth, I mean, they were everywhere, and she had these beautiful banners up and stuff. And if you guys have read it, talk about it on here. I would love to hear about her other books, and if you love it, yeah, she's really. Let me pull it up real quick. I should have her pulled up anyways. But while I'm doing that, The Dancer and the Mask is the series that I read. Yeah, Academy of Stardom. The first one is called Freestyle, but she's got a bunch of them. Let me go see. So her one called Freestyle Academy of Stardom has 4.5K ratings, almost 5 stars on Amazon. I mean, it's a popular series. So you guys have probably heard of it. Her first one's Freestyle, her second one's Lyrical, and the third one is Breakers. I just haven't read them myself yet. Or I'd probably be talking about that one. It's multicultural. It's considered sports romance on Amazon. It's multicultural and interracial romance books is what it's categorized as on Amazon. So yeah, and talk about it if you've read it. I would love to hear it. So the Dancer and the Mask book, it's their Obsession duet. They're 2 books. It's just a duet. It's good. Now it is dark. I think, we all have different ideas about dark, and, it's being subjective, right? And I'm going to get this ready because it's getting dark. I'm going longer than I thought. Or I will go longer than I thought. It's, for some people, dark, it all depends. Okay. So here I'm just going to be blabbing here for a second while I'm getting my Ring camera set up. ACOTAR. I think a lot of people probably on here have read ACOTAR. Okay, hold on one second. Let me get this going. The whole thing with Tamlin, all right, I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but people hate Tamlin and ACOTAR because of what he did to the FMC, right? Like he forced her to be in his house and stuff like that. Sorry, one second. Okay, I don't know how much I was on video there from the waist down. I don't like to be on the waist down because I feel fat. Anyways, so here we go. Let me turn this on. So the thing is that Tamlin, oh my gosh, it's really bright. Let's get this list. That's a little better here. Okay, so Tamlin, yeah, I mean, it's a bit shocking what he did, but if you're a paranormal romance reader, like heavy romance, or you are, all right, that's better. You are, an edgy contemporary romance reader or dark romance reader, it's no big deal. Like it really is no big deal. Like it's a, butthead move of him, what he did, but it's really no big deal, right? Like we know that because, yeah, there you go. Someone called him Tamlin. He has a terrible rap. I really want a redemption arc for him. But it's really no big deal, So I think it all just depends on the genre. It just all depends on what genre you're used to reading. And I think we get really jaded too. Like if you read, like I read Den of Vipers and then I read Haunting Adeline. So when I picked up Haunting Adeline and the gun scene happened, yeah, it was like, okay, whatever floats your boat, whereas if I had not read Den of Vipers and read about D, maybe I would have been shocked about Z and the gun. You know what I mean? Assuming that you have seen that or read that. So it's the same kind of thing. And I think is where I'm rambling to is The Dancer and the Mask is definitely a darker romance, but I think we all have different ideas of what dark is. For me, dark is like horror, torture. That's oh hey Brandy, I just saw you saw the red flags, these little red hearts for tampon. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, right? So if you read a really dark series, Life of Anna, really freaking dark, right? That's some dark stuff, Life of Anna. Also, Prettiest Psycho that I've been reading by Crystal North, and she's actually one of the 100 authors. That definitely has some triggers in it. I mean, I think they hit some big triggers in it. It just depends on what you're used to reading, and but always pay attention to the triggers, right? You should never like, hello, who's late? Hey, I can't see your name. You guys have to tell me who you are. Always pay attention to the triggers. If triggers bother you, you know, for me, I don't ever read the triggers because I don't really have any triggers. I mean, I don't like the horror, but I can get through it, and then I'll just stop reading it. It doesn't scar me or anything. But you know, other people really get upset, you know, by some of these things, and you know, everyone's different, right? So totally okay. But read the triggers. If it's not for you, then, you know, I think one of the most unfair things that readers do is they rate a author poorly based off of something that's a trigger. And it was like, well, they warned you, and then you read it, and then you penalize them for it. You know, that's just not cool, right? So, anyways, so where I'm going with that, the dancer in the mask, is to some people it would be dark. There is a non-consensual scene in it. It's not it's not it's not like pow in your face non-consensual to the point where like, yeah, it's 100% not fair. I'm trying to see what the comments are. I can't okay. I don't know. I missed that last comment. But I went up to B Page at FFB and I said, you know, we were talking about it. I told her how much I loved The Dancer in the Mask and how good I thought it was. And I said, it's almost like it was non-consent, that scene. And she goes, well, it was non-consent, that scene. She didn't consent. And I went, oh yeah, I guess you're kind of right. she didn't consent. She really wasn't conscious, you know. So you know, but it wasn't like a woman running and the guy comes up and takes her, and it wasn't that kind of scene, you know. But anyway, so we all have, you know, my opinion, we all have different things that trigger us or not trigger us. And I do think Dancer in the Mask is a darker book. It, you know, it's not, I don't think it has the horror element side, which is what I consider dark, but it definitely has some of the non-consent dubious kind of stuff in there. So yeah, it's kind of some, no, I can't say that word. It's kind of like that. Yeah. So, Psycho, Prettiest Psycho definitely has that in it. I can't ever say that, but when she's asleep, that is Prettiest Psycho by Crystal North, which I'll talk about here in a minute with the 1100s. But yeah. So, but anyways, the premise of The Dancer in the Mask is the FMC knows she can see things in the future, and she knows that there are going to be some men that are going to take her and abduct her, and she knows it's going to come, and she knows she can't get away from it. So she gets abducted, and she gets taken to their place, and it's almost like a menagerie. Like they have several people there that have been taken, and they serve different roles there, and they do have relations with these people, but it's different when she comes, and it's about her trying to understand the situation that she's in, and the restrictions that she's on, and then her trying to get away. It's good. The masks are the guys, and there's dubious, there's non-consent. It's good. I liked it a lot. It's got a great ending, and it makes you want to pick up the next book. And it is a duet. It is a duet. So the second book's there, and it's completed, and it's on KU. So yeah, I really, really, really liked it. I didn't mean to go on so long about some of that, but yeah, I think it's great. And that's why I asked her, like, every time I have a featured author, I ask them, every time I have a featured author, it's someone that I've read and that I love their book, that I really like. I page turned their book. And there's all different ways that I love books. You know, there's some books that they just hit you differently, right? But any book that I page turn and I'm just like staying up all night reading, that's someone that I want to reach out to see if they'll donate to the group. And I did, and she did, and she's amazing. So yeah, I definitely give it. Hey, Brandy. Yeah, definitely. The good news is after this, I'll be able to see who you are to judge for the winners. It's just during the live itself, I can't see who you are. That's the only downside. But for judging the winners, yeah. So yeah, it's good. And there's there's also like, I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's another cool thing with another she's not a second FMC, just another character, side character in the book. It's one of these books that have a side character who has their own story, and you can tell that they have their own harem coming into play, and it's cool. It's very, very cool. Yeah, the hockey book. Oh, I'm technically not supposed to talk about the hockey book until that live, but I'll talk about it at the end. Anyway, so B Page is amazing. So she's giving away 2 signed, printed signed. She says they're printed signed books of her duet to 2 winners. So each winner is going to win the whole package, the entire duet printed signed. So of their obsession duet. The Dancer and the Masks is the first one. And it's great. So definitely check it out. It's on KU. If you're not into it, then you don't have to. But it is that kind of book. It is humans. She has premonitions. She knows they're coming. They get her. They take her back. And then there's all that angst between them and her. And also, like, you know, some of those kinds of scenes where, like, because there's other people at the house. There's other women that are used to having these guys before she comes around. And so then you have that whole element of knowing that the guys have been with the other women and the other women might be jealous now of her. And just that whole dynamic. So it's good. It's good. And the writing's good. It's great. Like I said, I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. That's why I reached out to her, and she is so generous to donate. So that is awesome. Okay. All right. So that is our featured author for the Dart group. Thank you so much, B Page. You're amazing. And I'll have a section about her in the newsletter. You guys, if you want to check it out when the newsletter comes out towards the end of this month, it will have all the winners in it. And then it'll also have like a Q&A section from her. It's really cute. It'll be great. So, okay. All right. So now we have the 11-100 authors. I'm looking at my time. And here we go. So in the last live, which is actually the same video being streamed. Oh my gosh. I think I am going to open up a bottle of wine after this. I talked about 11-100. 11-100 is a contest where 11 people in the group win. And it was, the 100 was for something else, but now it doesn't really mean anything. It just sounds good. So it's just cool. The 11-100. I like it. Probably because of that TV show, The 100. Did you guys ever watch that? I love that TV show. I did. I fell out of it. I stopped loving it. I DNF'd the TV show, to be honest. But I liked it in the beginning. It was great. Great premise in the beginning. Okay, so yeah, she's in KU. Yep. I'm just looking back at the comments. Okay, cool. All right, so we have 5 authors donating for the 11-100, which is great. I think last month we had 4, so this was good. I was excited we got all 5. And I'm going to read you their blurbs. So I haven't seen these yet. Luckily, Holly Edgerton put this together for me, and we'll pick winners. I talk about in the beginning of this. So when I post this, you can always go back and watch it if you wanted to see the other groups live. So I did the sister group live. It was a different background. That's how you'll know. I'm gonna do it this way from now on. I'm gonna get a different graphic at the top, so that way it'll say what group I'm in. So then you can just like fast forward the video to the group you want to watch. So you can watch the whole thing. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, Holly Edgerton, all the authors sent me their stuff, and Holly Edgerton, I'm like backwards on my hair. Holly Edgerton put it together for me so I can read it, and it's live and it's cool reading. And these authors were really great too, by the way. Like just like the first set of authors, I couldn't believe it. I did a post and I had a bunch of authors say, sure, I'll do it really quick. And then Cece Gedling, one of the 5 authors doing it, she commented in the group. She goes, let me go comment in a bunch of my authors group and tell them that this is going on. And so we had several people come over and join the group because of Cece, which I thought was so nice, you know. Anyway, so everyone's been great. I was really impressed, and I'm excited about this 11-100 package. It should be a good bundle. So okay, so here we go. Cece Gedling. Her book is, and thank you, Cece, for telling other authors about the group, is Craving Revenge. It's an MF. It's a fast-paced mafia romance. Oh, I like mafia romances. I'm actually reading a mafia romance right now. It's really good. I'll talk about that at the end. Okay, so Craving Revenge, MF. A fast-paced mafia romance. Locke, is it Locke? L-O-C-H. How would we pronounce it? I know, I love it with the Mafia. I see all the eyeballs. Yeah, me too. I love Mafia. I can't see who you are. I just see Facebook user. It's killing me. I'll have to get on the chat with the Restream guys and be like, all I saw was Facebook user. Okay. It's a fast-paced mafia romance. Yes. Locke is a brutal enforcer for an Irish gang. His obsession begins when he finds a blood-covered woman in a trafficking house. Rada has nothing left to lose, only a burning desire to find her sister. Will she accept Locke's help or kill again to get free of him? That sounds really good. Oh my gosh, that sounds really good. Yeah, so check that out. Mafia Romance finds the woman in a trafficking house. Wow. Okay, so that is CC Gedling, Craving Revenge, MF. All right, so the next 11100 author is Rachel Avery. Power and Possession is the book, and it's also in MF. She's the daughter of his enemy. He's a criminal who plans on kidnapping her to force his enemy's hand. But after taking her, he starts to doubt everything he's ever known. So that's cool. That's obviously an enemies to lovers. And it comes out April 29th. So this would be an arc, technically, if you get it now. So cool. That's awesome to know. All right. So the next one is Anne Roman. Pretty When You Lie. That sounds good. Pretty When You Lie. MF also. MF. Wow, they're all MF so far. Oh, looks like we have a white cheese at the end. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling with a little bit of MC versus wealthy elites. A little bit of MC versus wealthy elites. I would have to say that means Motorcycle Club. Just a guess. Yeah, the revenge one sounds really good. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so this is Romeo and Juliet retelling with a little bit of MC versus wealthy elites and family mystery thrown into the mix. There's intrigue, romance, suspense, betrayal, and some serious spice. Pretty When You Lie is the first book in the Dark and Wild series. Very cool. So that's Anne Roman, Pretty When You Lie. And then we have two more. They're both RHs. Yay! It's so funny. I didn't used to like RHs, and now I'm always looking for RHs now. It's the funniest thing. It's crazy. Okay, this is Death Sweet. B is for Bonnie. Oh, I like that. That's a really cool name. B is for Bonnie. It's an RH white cheese. A contemporary Bonnie and Clyde reverse harem reimagining. Dark themes, tropes, violence, and sex. Check your trigger warnings. That's another white shoes. Yeah, another white shoes. That's always so funny. It cracks me up. Okay. We talked about that in the first live. All right. So, and then the last but not least is Crystal North. So Crystal North, I have to give a little extra shout out here because she is also our Thank You Ma'am author. So she is doing the 11100 and she's doing Thank You Ma'am. And she is amazing. So I will talk about her Thank You Ma'am after I read her 11100. Okay. So Crystal North, Hunting Grounds. It is a RH white shoes. When Odie Kemp breaks free of the chains of her past trauma and begins a new life for herself at university, the last thing she's expecting is to come face to face with the loves of her life. Worse, they're the boys who broke her heart and betrayed her, leaving her to face hell alone with their own fathers. Wait, I gotta go back and read that. When Odie Kemp breaks free of the chains of her past trauma and begins a new life of herself at university, the last thing she's expecting is to come face to face with the loves of her life. Worse, they're the boys who broke her heart and betrayed her, leaving her to face hell alone with their own fathers. I did read that. With their own fathers, you guys. Oh my goodness. Now they've dragged her unwittingly into their world, making her the prize. Oh, you know what? I'm just not going to keep reading it. I'm not going to keep reading it. I don't want to spoil it. Sorry, Crystal. I think you hooked them enough with the beginning of that. Yeah. See the comments? Oh, yes. 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 I will say, reading the last of it, because I'm not going to spoil it. This is a pitch black, why choose romance. There are heavy trigger warnings, and it sounds like some big action after all that. So, Crystal North, y'all. Crystal North, Hunting Grounds. Woo! I didn't read that. This is why I don't read them until I'm on the live. Because like I see something like that and I'm like, holy smokes, look at all this. I love how excited you get as you read it. I am excited. I love books. You guys know that. That's why we got started here. Pitch Black. I know, Brandy. Okay, so that's Crystal North Hunting Ground. So go check it out. Okay, so then the last piece of this, and then we're gonna get into some announcements, is that so you guys in the dark group probably lucked out that you have a shorter live because I did all my talking in the first hour. So if you want to hear that, if you just want to, you know, I don't know why you would want to, but if you want to listen to me talk, you can just zip it to the front and listen to it. It's going to be in the announcements. Okay. So, oh yeah, I could list Kat. Yes. And Kat, you're probably going to read it before me. So, is it out yet? I don't remember seeing it. I was looking. I'm looking. Well, I was typing and it just decided to stop. Crystal North, because what happened? So Crystal North is she's an author at FFB. So I've been trying to read. Oh yeah, it is. It is out. Hunting Grounds. Yeah. Check it out for sure. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to read all the different authors at FFB because I'm going to be interviewing them, right? And so I'm not going to be able to read there's 83 authors there, so I'm not going to be able to read all the authors. But I've been trying to read as much as I can. Oh, you thought you were on this one, but still on the other group live. Glad I still caught it. Yeah. So it's the same live because I'm streaming. You guys will get used to it as this happens every month. It's the same live because I'm streaming everywhere at one time and like on the page and all three groups. And then I was on Instagram, but I got kicked off. But what I'll do is when I change from one live to the other, I'm just going to change the background. See right now the background. This is the logo for. Excuse me, I keep burping. The dark group. And it'll be better. Like it's going to be better. We'll make it fit. I'll get Dawn Davis to help me do something to make it fit. So University of White Shoes and Taboo sounds like another ad to my TBR. Yes. So anyway, so I've been trying to read these authors from FFB. Crystal North is one of those authors. And so I picked up first her Prettiest Psycho series. And let me pull, I don't know what the name of the actual series is. Hold on. I can tell you guys about this. So she's the thank you, ma'am. She's actually donating a different book. Okay, Prettiest Psycho. Got it. Okay, so you know what, you guys, hold on. There we go. Okay, so it's got Prettiest Psycho has about 350 ratings, almost 5 stars. This is it's a dark asylum novel. This is not the Thank You Ma'am giveaway, and it's not the 11100 giveaway, but I wanted to talk about it really quickly because I posted a few things in the group about it. I posted screenshots from the book because I just was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just read that. I also had a really wacky dream after reading this book, and I posted that in the group. It's really funny. This is a darker book. It takes place in a insane asylum. All the guys are different, and they all have their different kinks. And one of them is the sleeping one, where she's asleep. So check your triggers. I'm just throwing it out there because it is, and it's really lots of steam, really edgy. And the FMC is great. FMC is great. There is, it's not my jam, but it's a lot of people's jam. There is, one of the guys does have a breeding kink. Not all of them, but just one of them. So, but yeah, definitely check your triggers. It's got a lot of stuff. Steam's pretty good. It's got a lot of it. So just, you're walking into a lot of steam as well. But yeah, so that one's a different. Okay, so that one's called Prettiest Psycho of Crystal North. And we just heard about her 11100 book, which is the Hunting Grounds book. She's not giving away Prettiest Psycho. I didn't ask her to. I asked her to give away the other one that I read. And just, let's see here. let's see, Hunting, no. Okay, it's the Knox Academy series. I just wanted to know exactly how I was supposed to say this, and there's no other way to say it. It's called FU. The book is actually called FU. So it's spelled out with a little asterisk, okay? So this is not the giveaway book. However, that is the series that I read that I really page turned. So FU, I'm getting there. I'm just Crystal, you're getting plugs all around, girl, for your Thank You Ma'am giveaway. So the FU Knox Academy series is an academy. It is a Why Choose. It's really page turning. I loved it. However, there is a character in that book that is in the book Vengeance, which is her Thank You Ma'am giveaway. So they're connected. I don't know. Let's see when did Vengeance actually come out. I don't know which one's first. I always go off the published date. Okay, Vengeance is September 30. And let's see when this one is. So it looks like, yes. So you read Vengeance first. Perfect. That's a perfect one for the Thank You Ma'am. Okay, so Vengeance, yeah, FU. So read Vengeance first. I need to actually go back and read it now because I loved FU, and then FU is a spinoff of Vengeance. So one of the characters is in from FU is in Vengeance. And so she's giving away Vengeance. Sorry, I feel like I'm all over the place, probably because I'm getting towards the end of being on a 2-hour live. I've thought about breaking them up, but this is just better all around for me. So hope that's okay with everyone else. Anyways, so thank you, Crystal North, for, yes, I love crossovers too, for the Thank You Ma'am giveaway. And we will pick a standout member to get Vengeance. And it's going to be, what did she tell me that she's doing? She's a sweetie. Her and I were messaging back and forth, Crystal North and I. Okay, she is giving away, I know Vengeance. Oh, she said she could also do the Holy Trinity series. I didn't look up that one. Oh, it's sorry, I got that confused with the featured author giveaway. Okay, so she's giving a book box for Vengeance. She said, or she could do the Holy Trinity. I'm going to say let's stick with Vengeance because of me loving the FU series, the FU Knox Academy series. I know it's wine time. Okay, guys. All right, so we have, holy crow, this has been a heck of a life. So we have the featured author is B Page. Feature author is B Page, The Dancer in the Mask. That's their obsession duet. She's doing both books signed, printed to 2 winners. Then we have the 1100s, Crystal North, which is Hunting Grounds, CC Gedling, which is Craving of Revenge, Rachel Avery, which is Power and Possession, Anne Roman, which is Pretty When You Lie, Des Sweet, which is B is for Bonnie. Then we have Crystal North giving away Vengeance in a book box to the Thank You Ma'am. Those are our authors, and that is what they're donating for the month of March for the After Dark group. There you go. 8 a.m. Oh, and you must be Australia. Australia or New Zealand for 8 a.m. Am I right? I don't know. Okay, all right. And so then to wrap up with some announcements, because I think this has been a long life, is okay, so y'all know we're going to FFB. So I am guest hosting FFB 2 weeks from last Friday, this past Friday. So there's going to be an authors panel, and I am going to be facilitating that. I'm going to start dropping questions in the groups to prepare. So if you have questions you want to ask the authors on the authors panel, look for the posts. They're going to be pinned to the announcements in the groups, and please provide me any questions that you have so I have things to talk about. That would be great. So that is Friday night. Then on Saturday, we have a booth, and it's going to have the FanGrrrl Minutes Rex banner behind it. I think I said that in the first live. We're the first booth when you walk in the door, and we're going to have giveaway, like freebie stuff on the table. We're going to have candy we give out. We have stickers. We have more candy. I'll have boards up with the QR codes. Everyone who's working the event is going to have a lanyard from FFB. We have shirts we're going to be wearing with FFB on it. We have my jacket. Oh, right here. Look, check this out. So this is merchandise that just came in. Where is it at? Okay. Merchandise that just came in. And this is too big. I actually have to send it back. I got the wrong size. But that is our logo on the denim. Isn't that gorgeous? That's on the back of the jean jacket. So we have our logo on all kinds of stuff. We have really cool slogans like "Don't mind me," "I'm just fangirling." One of the ones we have for the men, well, we're calling it genderless because you don't have to be a girl. You could be anybody and wear this. So it says on the front, "Fangirling ... isn't just for girls" on the back. I love that one. And Sandy's husband's going to be wearing that. So the actual format logistics on the day is I'm going to be doing interviews with authors at my booth on the top of every hour for 15 to 20 minutes. And then I'm going to be walking around the room interviewing authors that's, throughout the day. And I'll be going live just like this, streaming on all these 8 different devices, including in the FFB group. Sandy is going to be helping me out, her and her husband. I actually have mic lapels that I bought for it. So I'll have a mic on with a little lapel clipped, and it plugs into my iPhone. So we have some good sound. And hey, Maggie, I'm so excited. And then we have the ball that night. So I'm going to be doing lives throughout the whole thing. So just check in. Because I'm broadcasting to all these different platforms, you should be able to find me somewhere, I'll be in the fantasy group. I'll be in the After Dark group. I'll be in the authors group. I'll be on the page. I'll be in FFB group. I'll be on YouTube. And I'm hoping to be on Instagram, although I just had that oops-a-daisy happen with Instagram, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'll have to look into it. So that's all going on there. Then Dawn Davis and I have been working tirelessly on the website. So we have FanGrrrlRomanceRex.com, and it's under construction right now, but we are putting a bunch of information on there. And my emoji reviews are going to go on there. I'm going to get them out of the guides in the group, although I will pin them to the announcements once I have, for a while, once the emoji review happens. And the store, we have a merchandise store, will be online. So all that's going to go live before we go to FFB. So I've been working on that. So yeah, there's just a lot of moving pieces, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot though. I'm really thankful. Just a couple shout outs, like Holly Patierno doing the newsletter, Holly Edgerton helping me. She's doing all of the booth stuff. Sandy, she's been filling in on all these little things I've been asking, and then she's also doing the booth stuff. Amy, she's been helping with the newsletter, and we have signature boards we're bringing for the moderators to sign. I have business cards, and I have bookmarks that we're giving away. We're giving away a bunch of bookmarks. So if you're there, come grab a bookmark from me. They're really cute. So yeah, it's a lot. And I'm looking into, yes, and I'm already looking into hosting my own signing for FanGrrrl Romance Rex in Orlando. So I'm already looking into that. I don't know when it would be, but I'm looking into it. So it's exciting times. It's just, it's a lot, but it's exciting. So anyways, so that is, I'm thinking that's probably all the announcements. If you haven't followed us on TikTok, please do, because I'm trying to go live on TikTok from the event right now. I can't because I don't have 1,000 followers on the FFB handle. So yeah. Oh, no, more announcements, Yeah. So we're going to do, so here's what happened. This is all, whenever you watch the lives, you get the inside scoop. When I went to FFB last year, so it all started with FFB last year. So when I went to FFB last year, I talked to Blake and Stephanie Hudson ahead of time. And I just said, hey, I want to, I was thinking about filming live from the events when I'm there in the group. And they said, actually, we were thinking about asking you. And I said, well, that works, And so then I ended up filming live from FFB, interviewing authors. And it wasn't really organized. It was just me showing up with my iPhone, walking around filming live. And then after that happened, they called me up and we had a bunch of different calls and we talked about FanGrrrl Romance Rex. At the time, we were urban and remote urban and romance fantasy paranormal romance book lovers. That's what we were. It was a really long name. And when I was walking around with Stephanie at the event FFB last year, she kept trying to say our name, but she couldn't spit it out. And I couldn't spit it out. It was crazy. And so when we were having all those calls, they were like, have you thought about changing your name? Like, we're not telling you to change your name, but have you thought about it? And I was like, actually, I have been thinking about it because when I was at FFB, nobody could pronounce it. So I'd be like, hey, I'm from this Facebook group. And they were like, what Facebook group? No one could remember it. No one could look it up. So even though the name did great for getting like new members and we grew really fast, it just wasn't great for word of mouth. So then at that point in time, I started thinking, okay, I want to change the names of the group. Something that someone can say, something that's easy to remember, something that I can put on a t-shirt so that when I'm doing FFB next year, I don't have urban and romance fantasy paranormal romance book lovers on my shirt. Like I need something that's shorter. So I did a whole bunch of thoughts. The first name I came up with was Becca's Badass Bookies. And I actually never even wanted Becca in the name. I just wanted it to be Badass Bookies. But then I was talking to a bunch of different people and like, oh, it's really cute if you have Becca's Badass Bookies. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cute, BBB. And there was like kind of jokes about that. So I did that. And pretty quickly I realized I didn't really like the name. It just didn't really represent the group. I wanted something that showed that we just love on books. And I didn't really necessarily want it to be tied to my name. I just wanted it to be, this is a great place where you can come to get real recommendations. You can love on books and be pro author and love on authors. That's what I was really wanting. And so we thought of all kinds of things. And there's a lot of groups out there already with names already, there's, well, I don't want to spin them all off, but there's a whole bunch of names out there. And I was started looking at all of those and I was like, well, I can't do this because it's too close to that. And well, I can't do this because it's too close to that and whatever. And then I thought, I'm always writing that I fangirl on books. Like I'm always writing that, like on comments I say that I'm fangirling or I'm fangirl, like that we're fangirls or we're fangirling this. I really use it more like an adjective than as like a gender. So then I started thinking, well, can I do fangirl? But then I was like, well, I don't really want, you guys are really getting the scoop now. By the way, I'm just talking. Well, I don't really want it to be GIRL because I don't want people to feel like we're just a group of girls, like it's men too. And there are so many companies out there with FanGrrrl already in it, but there aren't for FanGrrrl with 3 R's. And so I started thinking, I should do the growl, FanGrrrl and growl would represent the alpha males. And then fangirling is like an adjective. And so then that's when I came up with that because we're always romance recs, whether we're urban fantasy, whether we're mafia romance, whether we're human only, or whether we're like fairies, like we're always into romance books. I'm always going to be romance. I'm never going to break out of that as for fangirling. That's just who I am. I love romance. And yeah, and that's what, okay, you remember the name changes? Yep. Yeah. So that's why we would change it. So back then, that's why I was changing all the names and people didn't like, I didn't make this known back then because it was all top secret information. And I didn't know how it was all going to play out. I didn't know if I was going to guest host FFB. I didn't know how, where we were heading. And I'm a full-time software engineer. Like this is a hobby for me. So this is like really branched into something, right? But so that's why we were guessing all those names because it's like, well, we needed a name that will pop up in Facebook searches. We need a name that tells everybody what we are with the genres. We need a name that's catchy that people will remember. You can just type in FanGrrrl romance and we're going to pop up. You can just type in FanGrrrl with 3 R's and we're going to pop up. We need to be able to do something that was cute for like on shirts and things that we can make fun slogans for. So a lot of thought. You guys remember the times where we changed it and changed it and changed it. And that's what we were doing. We were just filling it out, searching it, changing it. See, Facebook is really limited. If you change a name, you have to wait 28 days before you can change it again. And it also messes up the algorithm. So you can't just be changing your name all the time. It also makes members mad. When I first changed it to Becca's Badass Bookies, I got a lot of heat for that. I got a lot of comments. People saying they were leaving the group. It doesn't feel like a community group anymore. It feels like Rebecca's group. It's like, well, it is my group. I created it from the ground up with blood, sweat, and tears, people. It's my group, but it is a community. It's for everybody, but, come on, that's a little mean, so Anyway, so then we got to where we are now. So, and then I decided through all of the signing conversations with Stephanie and how much I enjoyed FFB, that it would be really cool to do book signings over here. And so that's where we're heading. That is, people are so weird. They got right. Yeah. So that's where we're heading. We're heading to, the groups will always stay the same. I keep saying that. I'm not, a lot of Facebook groups they charge authors to post, they do author takeovers. Nothing wrong with that. There's definitely, every group has a different mission and a different purpose, and that's absolutely fine. But that is not what I'm doing with this group. So it's going to stay the same because it's worked well. People love it. I love it. It's a great place to get real recommendations. That's only positive, so that's what's happening. But we are branching into where can we go with FanGrrrl Romance Rex as far as book signings go, because in this journey, I've made a lot of friendships with authors. I've made a lot of relationships with authors, and I think I could have a pretty kick-ass book signing. I really do. I think I'd get some really cool people there. And it would just be so much fun to see people show up from the groups, and all that jazz. So luckily, I have, this is other top secret stuff. I have family that is very much into the event space. And so they have connections all over the state of Florida for venues. And so I'm going to be bugging them to say, get me in contact with your person over at such and such place in Orlando. And so there we go, so yeah. So I'm going to make it Orlando because it's 45 minutes from my house. So it's easy. It's easy for me to plan, show up and go check it out for the first one. And oh, thank you, Brandy. And also, I think we get a lot of people flying for Orlando. Orlando has cheap flights because of all the vacation stuff there. And then we have all the parks. So it's an easy sell to the family. Hey, honey, do you want to take the kids to Orlando for this weekend? And I'm going to go show up at this book signing. You can, go to the parks with the kids. I think it'll work. I think we'll sell well. I don't think we'll be struggling to get people to come to the event. So, okay. Okay, so awesome. If you need help, I'm only a couple hours from Orlando. I don't know who you are because I can't see your name. So if you ever, yeah. So if you do, listen, I need a lot of help right now because we're doing so much. I need help with the newsletter. Tabitha's helping with that right now. She just started it, but there are lots of ways that you can help if you're interested in helping. Just message, who can I send you to? I have 58 chats going on right now. 58, literally 58 live chats going on right now. Let me see, who wouldn't mind you contacting them? I would probably say Amy Reynolds or Sandy Powell Kelly. You could probably ping one of them and say, can I help in some way? And one of them will get you roped in to the FanGrrrl team. So anyways, yeah, oh, there you go, Alexandra. Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. All right, you guys. So that's what's going on, and it's exciting times, super exciting, and I can't wait. It would be a dream. I'm already living my dream by flying out to FFB and hosting the event. That's a dream, but this would be just other level. So, all right, you guys, this has been fun. So I'm going to post this on the YouTube channel. Please follow if you haven't already. Also, please follow TikTok, because I'm trying to get 1,000 followers so I can at least go live from FFB. I'm only like at 400 followers. And like I said, I'll post this in all the groups and also to YouTube. And good luck. We will be looking at activity. So start being active in the group. Comment about any of the books that you're interested in. Comment up in the group about, do posts about it. Also, if you win a book and you love it, please circle back and do a post in the group. It helps out the author so much. And there you have it. Love you guys. And hopefully I can get the comments to work a little bit better. Thank you for putting your names, Tabitha, Maggie. Oh, you're gonna make some posts on it, TikTok? Yay! If you make posts on TikTok, just mention FanGrrrl Romance Rex, and so I see it, and you're gonna be a shoo-in to win something. If we end up getting a lot of people posting 1 month on TikTok, I will reach out to authors and say, let's do a special giveaway. Like seriously, like we will get you covered. But TikTok and Insta are the key to get the word out about the group. So I really appreciate it, you guys. So, all right, y'all. Love you. This has been fun. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna break my dry spell. Woo! All right. Oh, Puck Secret. Great Puck Secret. And oh, I owe you one more thing. Sorry. I am obsessed with this book. Now I'm like 40% into it. It is, let me pull it up. So I'm not done. I'm only like 40% into it. I love this book. And I don't even think the people that I talk to daily knows that I'm reading it. So you would be the first, you're going to be the first to know. Hold on, let me find it. I think I know the name. I'm spelling it wrong. It's a new author for me. I've never read it before. Okay, hold on. Let me go to, I have to be logged in. 1 second. Sorry guys, stand by. I'm not finding it anywhere. Okay. Oh, I'm saying righteous. That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Okay. This book I'm obsessed with. It is Ruthless Saint by Joe Preston. I love this book. Like I said, I'm like 40% into it. I love this book. It's streamlined, it's fast. The FMC is funny. The story is great. It is fast though. It is streamlined. It's a mafia romance. I love this book. I hope I continue to love it, but right now 40% into it is great. So check it out, Joe Preston. And it only has 125 ratings, almost 5 stars on Amazon. Now the prologue, you wouldn't know the book is what it is based off the prologue. If I don't know the author. If I could throw my 2 cents in, I would probably tell the author to put the prologue in a different place in the book. It doesn't ruin anything, and I know why she did what she did, but chapter 1 is fantastic, and it just gets better from there. So the prologue is the MMC, and chapter 1 is the FMC, and the FMC's fantastic. Like I'll say it over and over. So I kind of wish that, I get why, I'm not a big prologue fan anyways, but I understand why she did what she did, but just chapter 1, man, it's so good. So anyway, check it out if you want to read my next. I'm pretty sure it's getting an emoji review. If it doesn't get an emoji review, then it wouldn't be the first time that's happened where I'm obsessed with something the first 40%, and by the end of it, I'm like, okay, it didn't go the way that I want to, and that happens. But so far, it's so good. So, all right. Anyways, I promised you I would tell you what it was. That's the one I'm reading right now. I love it. And Puck Secret too. Really love that. And they're both actually FFB authors. Just because they're FFB doesn't mean I'm shouting them, by the way. I'm very picky. So I've actually tried a lot of FFB books. And some of them I'm liking and some of them I'm loving. And so, anyways, all right. Bye. I'm saying bye this time now. I can't stop it. No, you can't skip the prologue. Just read. You can't skip the prologue. Just read it. And then book 1 is great. Or chapter 1 is great. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. This has been fun. Off to wine. I wonder if I'll do it or no. I don't know. I've been scared to break it because I've been so good for so long. We'll see. All right. This is me officially going. Signing off. This has been fun. See you later, you guys. All right. I'll go back and look at all the comments. So I'll get to see who all you are. I just didn't see it necessarily during this. So thank you for telling me as you were talking. Okay. Bye.